Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah.
It's your girl, Lauren Reed, right here on the Lauren Reed Live Show on Water Ice Radio.
Yep.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Did you see how I had to
Yeah.
figure it out again.
Yeah, I saw it like turning.
you saw the wheels turning, for sure. But we are back, everybody. Excited to be back. How are you doing, Jay?
Everything's good. 2020, February. It's been
working
crazy.
Yes.
It's been the longest 6 months of 2020.
The longest month ever. It was like a meme, like January has been the longest year.
But we made it. We made
ever.
it.
We made it.
We made it.
Barely.
Yeah.
But we're here.
Oh, really quick shout out to
Go
my
ahead.
little brother. He turned 21.
Look at you.
Yeah. Took him out. Poor guy couldn't hang, but
He couldn't?
Nah, he was tired.
He was tired.
Yeah.
Around what time?
we to his defense, we stayed out pretty late.
What's late?
We went to the after hour spot.
Oh, okay, that's late.
Yeah, and he had to go to work today. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
But he's a
upset.
trooper. He was like,
He's
yeah,
upset
I'm
with
down.
you right now.
Yeah. Nah, he's cool. He loved it. He had a
He's
good
all
time.
right?
Yeah, his friends came out. It was fun.
Good.
So shout out to him.
Nice.
Yeah.
My little brother doesn't like to go out with me.
Why not?
Well, Malcolm's not really he doesn't like go out.
Yeah, I
He's
could
more
tell.
of a laid back kind of chill or whatever like that. But then I'm embarrassing,
Dancing on chairs and.
Depending on.
But see, you're a grandmother. You would be passed out on a chair or something.
Well, first of all, we're not staying out past 1, okay? Because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Around 1:30, the clock is like, whew,
Yeah.
gotta get it going. But no, he's just a chill, laid back.
Yeah.
I could see them going out together
For
though,
sure.
and having a good time.
I invited him out, but I'm, whatever.
That's how he is.
Yeah, it's cool.
Actually, he had something yesterday.
Yeah. He told me. He
He
told
had
me.
a party yesterday.
I saw it was a
his
reveal
friends.
party or whatever.
Yeah.
He told me. It's all good.
I'm like,
We got
that's where
plenty
you
of time.
was? Yes, y'all do. You had plenty of time.
But we're back.
But we are back
Yeah.
and excited to be back in the building today. We have a great show.
Yes.
You guys know what we do around here. We talk to all the movers and the shakers in the tri-state area.
Yes.
And this girl is definitely moving and shaking.
Yes.
She has a really good organization in business. It's called She Can Win.
Okay.
She is the CEO and she is the founder. Her name is Jasmine E. Sessoms. Did I get that right?
You got it right.
Boom.
right. Because y'all know I'm notorious for messing
Yeah.
up names, right? But Jasmine, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Jay. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
So, I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching y'all in the background for a while now, just checking out, seeing what you guys have been doing.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a very unique organization and brand.
Mhm.
So let's just start off right
Yeah,
there
let's
with
get into it.
What is She Can Win, and what do you guys do? What do you ladies do? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We got you. So essentially, She Can Win is a vehicle that trains and endorses and puts resources so that we invest in candidates and those that want to work in political spaces.
Okay.
So since 2014, we've trained about 609 women
Wow.
to run for office. Yeah. And we've put about $55,000 into African American and women of colors campaigns with an emphasis on that. So normally, we train everyone, any woman, red, green, Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter.
Wow.
If you're a woman and you want to run or you want to work on a political campaign, we will train you.
Right.
But when it comes to putting our money where our mouth is, we focus on women of color.
Okay.
So that's why I was a little tardy getting here. We are actually right smack dead in the endorsement phase of the political
It's a
cycle
big year.
right now.
Yeah, it's a
big
huge
one.
year.
It's a
a
big
huge
one.
year.
So as far as candidates trying to run for office, what's the scale? Is it like a Congress, local? Like what do y'all do?
So that's a good question. So anybody right now in the Commonwealth. So right now we're in the state elections.
Yeah.
So state senate,
Yeah.
state reps. A school board is in session.
Wow.
Presidential, but we do not do the presidential because I don't see a woman of color there.
Right.
So we will not be putting any money into
We'll
that.
talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Shout out
so,
to Michelle. She'll be a great candidate.
There you go. There you go.
Auntie.
We're going to come back circle to that.
Okay.
But right now it's just anybody running in the state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So looking over your bio and reading up on you, you don't have a bachelor's in political science.
No.
It's completely the other way. It's in hospitality management.
Oh, wow. Where'd you go to
So-
school at?
I went to Morgan State.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went to HBCU. Shout
Nice.
out to Morgan and all
Yeah.
the Bears.
Shout out. But how did that come full circle?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the windiest road ever. And
Okay.
I could go on and on, but I'll give you the short version.
Sure.
I just knew I was going to run a hotel. I was going to be the general manager of a hotel by the time I was 40.
That's rough.
Yeah. It's,
Hotel is tough.
I mean, it is rough.
Guest services, that's a tough job.
I started my career, so when I was in college, I worked in hotels. I worked at the front desk, and I moved over to catering. I got a job when I graduated at the Philadelphia Downtown Marriott, and I was the youngest catering manager on our East Coast.
Wow.
They gave me the wedding circuit. Does anybody know what the wedding circuit is?
I can only imagine.
Why would you want that?
16 days on, 2 days off.
Whoa.
I did that for 5 years.
Whoa.
I did. Just dealing with temperamental brides.
So it's basically like 10 years.
Oh, it's horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah, because you get all, because weddings is already high stress environment, and then add just, bridezillas and
Absolutely.
families. And
This is a
people
sidebar
being
question.
cheap.
We're going to jump back into it, but I know you're married. So when you got married, did you want to have a wedding?
I did not.
Because of,
I did not.
Like, I'm good.
I didn't even plan my wedding.
wow.
My mom and my husband did everything.
Whoa.
I didn't even know.
He was like, I'm good.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
even pick out
show
my
up.
dress.
You did it. You did.
I didn't even pick out my dress.
You're like, that looks good.
My best friend picked out my dress.
Like, that's a robe. You're like, yep.
Really?
Yes.
So you did it the opposite way. You did it like the man way, like where we just tell them to just show up.
I just showed up. I
you
didn't pick the venue, anything. I was fine with getting married in a courthouse.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
My husband's a dope dude, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, but you were in hotel management, bride circuit.
There you go. And one day I couldn't do it anymore.
Sick and tired.
I could not do it. I transitioned to a nonprofit, PYN, that helps kids get jobs. So Work Ready. I was a Work Ready kid, so that was really passionate of me.
Okay.
I was doing fundraising for a while, and in 2012, my best friend wanted to run for office.
Okay.
And shout out, he's now the Democratic whip, Jordan Harris. So I'm going to give
Okay.
him a quick
Yeah.
shout out.
That's what's up.
He's been on this platform before.
Has he really?
Yeah.
He's not as fun as me though.
You know what? I'm not going to touch that.
I plead the fifth.
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one, but go ahead.
So Jordan was getting ready to run. He's kind of like, come on, let's do this. I had no clue anything about politics. I didn't really care. But, your best friend wants you to roll. You're going to roll, right?
Right.
So I worked on his campaign. I was fundraiser, the event planner,
Whoa.
the driver, petition person. It didn't matter.
Multiple hats.
Right. And I just fell in love with it. And from there, I started working on more campaigns. I have regular jobs, but on the side, I worked on campaigns, and I didn't notice a lot of women.
Okay.
And I certainly didn't see a lot of black women.
Right.
So from there, I was like, well, why is that? And I was asking questions, and people were like, oh, gosh, women don't ever want to do this. It's hard to raise money. It's like an old boys club.
Right.
And from there, I just wanted to create like a safe environment for women. So I knew a couple ladies getting ready to run. I was like, are you guys cool? Do you need anything? They were like, no, actually, like we could have like a quick meeting before the meeting.
Right.
And it turned in my basement right there. They asked me all these questions about running for office.
And you're just like, bam, bam,
how do you
bam.
fundraise? How do you do a field operation? How many signatures do you need on a petition?
Right.
And we started having like regular meetings with these women that wanted to run. And I think it was 12 of them. And 4 of them launched a campaign from like this series of meetings.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing though. They were in my basement.
Yeah.
And from that, those 4 women, 2 of them ran and 2 of them won.
Wow.
So then the
Wow.
next go round, people were like, I heard you're doing training.
Word of mouth.
I was like, oh, no, it's not training. No, I'm not doing that.
I'm just talking to
You're right.
people.
I'm just talking to people like
It's
if
like
they're
consulting.
Good, essentially.
Yeah.
Like if they're good, I want to help out.
Right.
And they were like, no, we heard it's a training. So I threw together a training.
I mean, yes, it is. And here's how much it costs.
Indeed, it's a training. So I kind of just threw a training together, and like 50-some women came that were all interested, whether it was like running for, I remember we sat at the African American History Museum downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But see, I don't think it's like people don't want to. They don't know where to start.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, how do I get started? Because they don't have the resources.
There
right?
you go.
Yeah.
That's literally what it was. And
Yeah.
people were, I think at that first class, people were running for judge. People were toying with the idea. They just had questions.
Right.
So they came to the training. And Mayor Street came down because I used to work for Mayor Street. He came down.
Time out. I want to get into psychology really of you.
Yeah.
Because you love like high pressure environments.
I did.
Yeah.
Because you went to a nonprofit. That's not easy.
No.
Yeah, at all.
No, it was very stressful.
And now you're running like campaigns, and that's that's got to be like 18 days on and no days
It's
off.
no
Like,
days off. I was
yeah.
going to say, there are no days off in campaigns.
It's crazy.
And I always joke around with people that want to be operatives, and an operative is somebody that works on the actual campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, like, are you okay with losing everything, all your friends, your life, your everything?
Yeah.
There are no days off completely. And in our Commonwealth, there's always an election.
Right.
So if
Okay.
you think about it, we just
Yes.
came off a city council
Yeah.
and the mayoral
Yeah,
race.
yeah.
Right.
Now we're knee deep in the presidential, the state house race.
All of it.
Next go round, we'll be right back in it.
Wow.
So yeah, there's never not an election going on in Philadelphia.
You just made me tired.
It's
Like
really
literally, like
tired.
I know you're always.
It's a lot of go out and voting.
So I guess so the name She Can Win, I mean, it makes sense. But how did you essentially come up with it?
The name?
Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't come up with the name. Okay.
I can take no credit. My husband did.
Does he have a clone?
He's holding it down.
You know, I would think I wanted to call it like "Let's Run" or something real. And he was like, "Jay, that's really corny. Like that's super corny."
It's very broad, too.
Right.
Yeah.
He was like, "I don't
Yeah.
even understand what that means." And we were riding in the car, and he was like, "Well, what do you want them to do?" I was like, "Oh, I want to teach people to win."
Not even just run, but win.
Right. I
Right.
want them to win because anybody can run, but
For
like
sure.
I need a win rate because
Right.
I don't think. Back then, I hadn't lost an election yet.
Yeah.
I had not lost an election. He was like, "Well, what about She Can Win?" And I was like, "That's kind of dumb." I hated the name. I was like,
Really?
Who would do that?" Everybody loved it. I was wrong. I will admit right
Yeah.
now, right here, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, that is the dumbest name I've ever heard. It just caught on. People were like, "Oh my gosh, that's such a good name."
But it's positive. It's like,
There you go.
yes, we can.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go.
One win for the husband.
2, because he did the wedding,
Oh,
too.
you did a wedding too.
I'm batting 0 in this marriage.
Strikeouts.
I am literally batting a 0.
Let's bring your husband in on the
Yeah.
interview. We'll bring him in, right? So you got the name, you got She Can Win, but you already have the people, right?
Yeah.
So
I feel like this should be a book, but go ahead.
yeah,
Or
I mean,
or a
it's like
TV
a
series
great
or something.
story.
Yeah.
So what is your success rate at this point?
We are at a 47. It's funny. I was on a radio show yesterday, and they asked me that, so I had to email my statistician. We're at 47% win rate.
Whoa.
47%.
I'll take that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
In our last election, we went 5 for 5.
Wow.
Nice.
So 5 candidates that we really like endorsed and wrapped our hands around and really like worked on their campaign. One, I have to give her a quick shout out to Councilwoman Catherine Gilmore Richardson.
Okay.
She was in our very first class before I even knew it was a thing.
Whoa.
She had a baby 3 weeks before. I had a baby 5 weeks before. She had a baby 3 weeks before, and she was in the class. She launched her campaign in December of 2019.
That's
and won.
phenomenal.
She is literally the embodiment of She Can Win.
Yeah.
You
That's
guys should
the
go
case
back and-
study,
That's
right?
the case study.
She is the case study.
Whoa.
Essentially, like coming to the class, not really knowing when you're going to run or like what it's going to take.
You're going in blind, right?
Yeah.
But she did it, and she's in the seat. She has like introduced 11 bills already.
Whoa.
2 weeks in, she is
It's
the
the
embodiment.
resources.
Yeah.
I have a really good friend in New York. He's actually running for Congress.
Nice.
And I talked to him. He's been doing the whole circuit, the Young Turks, all
Okay.
that. And he literally just he's about to quit, like stop his job because he has to do the campaign because it's that time of the season.
Right.
And it's like he's just constantly going in videos, and he got the endorsements from what's her name, AOC.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
very
because
popular.
it's the same
Gotcha.
district where she came from.
Gotcha.
So like it's that crunch time now,
Yeah.
and he's been he started like last year,
Yep.
and it's just now he's at a time where it's like he don't sleep.
It's go.
It's
go
crazy.
Um,
time.
So one question before we go to break.
Yeah.
You didn't really have any background in politics at all. How did you pretty much educate yourself? Because
Yeah.
you're very knowledgeable and well-rounded. Like, how did it go? Just from that one campaign with Jordan, did you make yourself?
No, I worked on so many other campaigns after
Okay.
that. So like I'm at like 58 campaigns.
Okay.
As a consultant doing
Wow.
fundraising, I've raised over like $6 million for candidates and
Whoa.
PACs. So after Jordan, like in politics, especially in like Philadelphia politics, once you do one, people just always want you to keep going.
Yep.
So at one point, I think during the governor's race, I worked on 12 campaigns at once.
Whoa,
It's insane.
that's insane.
It's insane.
And you a mom?
I'm a mom. I'm a whole mom. Like I'm
You
a
gonna get
Girl
with-
Scout
Yeah,
mom.
I'm just trying to think of the logistics of all that.
It's hard.
Yeah, because
It
you
was really
'cause
hard.
you have to get confused with one thing, and you're like, oh, that's not you. I'm sorry.
All
That's
different
somebody
the candidates. You're right.
All the time.
Wow.
All the time. I used to be like, is this not your finance plan I'm
Yeah.
working off of? I'm so sorry.
Right.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, come back, because I do have a question in regards to that because, like you said, you do Democrats, Republicans, it does not matter. So how do your moral compass, how do you balance all of that out when you have
Oh, this is gonna
working
get
with
juicy.
these campaigns?
This is gonna get
campaigns?
juicy.
Yeah, for sure. All right, everybody, it's your girl Lauren Reed right here on the Lauren Reed Live Show on Water Ice Radio. I got my boy Jay the Gentleman here with me, and we have the CEO and the founder of She Can Win, Jasmine E. Sessoms. Oh, Am I doing good?
Two
You're
for
doing
two.
good.
Two
Yeah.
for two. All right, guys, we'll be right back.
And we're back. We're back. Lauren Ree live. Jada Gilman.
Yeah.
We got Lauren Ree, Jasmine E. Sessoms.
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 Sorry.
Fair.
All right, Sessoms.
You never
I
get
know.
it
I
wrong.
know. Sessoms.
But we are back, and first half is great. You got a lot of stuff
Power
going on,
through,
right?
power
But here's
through.
the thing, though. We're not done yet. She's on a lot of other, like, boards and stuff, but I'm not even getting into that
Whoa,
piece yet,
that's
right?
insane.
So when we left, we wanted to talk about your moral compass, basically, because
Right.
you said you work with all candidates in all different parties. So how do you balance it all? Like, I know you have your own standard of what you believe in and who you want to stand behind, but you kind of had to push it to the side, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
We are completely nonpartisan. So in our last boot camp that happened on January 25th, we had somebody from the Green Party, 3 independents, 9 Republicans, and the rest, I think it was like 15 or 17 Democrats, somewhere around there. And here's the thing. I don't really care. I don't ask people on their applications what party you're with. I don't want to know. People feel the need to tell me, but I don't want to know. I just want the best person. I want the best woman in the seat, to be honest.
Okay.
And I do see, like, the leader of the Republican Party and I just had a meeting here in our Commonwealth, and she was like, Jasmine, I want more African Americans to be represented in the Republican Party. It is not diverse, it's not balanced, and that's really what I want, because she knows I'm going to go and find black women that are interested in the Republican Party. I don't know where they are right now, but
Right.
if they're out there, I'm going to find them, because I do think that parity is what we need, and we
Yeah,
do need a
for sure.
diverse government.
So bringing that up, as far as people of color in the Republican Party, what are some misnomers or misconceptions of the Republican Party that I know for not for a fact, but more times than none, especially someone like us, we're like, that's, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's
So
almost like you
how
can't
can
be
they relate?
Republican.
How can they relate to being a Republican?
Right. You can't be
basically?
black and be Republican. Almost.
Right.
It's like that kind of like
Stigma.
stigma. Exactly.
So if you go out to Delco, they have a group, it's black women Republicans, and they're running for office. They're in the community. If you did not know them, you would not think they are Republican.
Wow.
They're just like me and you. They volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club. 2 of them were elected officials, but they've stepped down. Here's the thing about the Republican Party. There is a lot of bad marketing going on. Trump is at the top of the Republican Party, but like there are Republicans that believe in taxing people fairly,
Right.
affordable housing,
Right.
business taxes especially. I know that's really big out there in Delco. But then there are some things where they are championing the paid prisons.
Right.
I ain't really for that, but there's things on the Democratic side I'm not for. There's things in the Independent Party I'm not for. So you look for who is coming with a balanced voice. Like, yeah, you might not be pro-Trump, but you might be for raising the personal income tax.
Right.
Well,
right.
that's a very Republican thing.
For sure.
That's a very Republican thing.
There are a lot of like, even if you think about it, just in history, as far as Republican Party, a lot like before Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And then it wasn't until like when he was president, that's when it kind of shifted.
That's right.
And so like I think that like knowing that history and knowing that having that knowledge goes a long way to what you believe in.
I mean, let's think about the Democrats. A lot of Democrats are for stop and frisk. You guys like stop and frisk? I don't like stop and
Right.
frisk.
Right.
But I don't see too many Democrats saying, oh, yeah, let's not, because a lot of them, when elected, actually champion the stop and frisk cause. So every party has something.
Correct. There's no all right. There's no all bad.
Absolutely not. So the goal is to get parity and representation in the government, so you're hearing all sides. Can't have an all D, can't have an RR, certainly can't have an all green party. You understand what I'm saying? So the goal is to get that balance. That's what I work for.
So let's talk about community wellness. I told you she has a lot of other stuff
That's
going on.
crazy.
So talk to me about community wellness. What is that?
So Community Wellness is based in Maryland and Eastern Shore in Princess Anne County, and it is a medical marijuana conglomerate. So we have a dispensary, grower, and processing. Maryland is a different animal, though. When you say, I could go on and on about the process to obtain a medical marijuana license in Maryland. It is really, really hard when you look like me.
Why?
Interesting.
Well, even though the commission says that they want minorities represented, they want a certain type of minority. Like
That's just for paper. Like,
it's literally for paper.
Yeah.
If you have like actual equity, and I'm not a millionaire by any stretch of the words, and you don't have $4 million,
Right.
you are going to the bottom of the list. So
like, sorry.
yeah, like,
But it's medical.
it is medical.
Sure.
Oh, Medical marijuana is life-changing. To like, if you own 3% in a company that's worth $20 million in their first year,
I can't.
it's changed your whole life.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot
You're
of
creating
advocacy.
generational wealth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And especially where community wellness is located down in Princess Anne, which is special to me because I went to an HBCU. I champion HBCUs. So one
Shout
thing
out.
that we were always very intentional about was partnering with a historically black college. So we partner with Maryland Eastern Shore,
Yep.
and they have a great, thing you do with the plants. Botany.
Botany.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Botany program where we're teaching them how to get into the growing part of medical marijuana.
That's the science.
I mean, it's a science part of it, and there's so many avenues in it. So being the CEO of it, I'm the face. I go and I hire 150 jobs.
Wow.
We've created in a very, very, very poor county.
Wow.
So why not bring something like that to here in the state that you live in?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Is it
Well,
worse?
why?
It's impossible to get a medical marijuana license in Pennsylvania. I mean, we are a Commonwealth here.
Yeah.
And anybody that knows I always
Yeah.
say the Commonwealth because I like people to know how restrictive the Commonwealth is.
Yeah.
Between Pennsylvania and Virginia, it is probably the two hardest places to get a license.
Well, tell the people who don't understand about the Commonwealth and what that actually represents and means.
So a Commonwealth is synonymous to me with restrictiveness. It is pretty much back when Quakers.
I was just going to say Puritan. Yeah.
Puritan Quakers,
Yeah.
think William Penn, had created Pennsylvania. And we still live by a lot of the rules that they enforce. One rule that nobody really knew, technically black women should not be working in any sort of blue collar job. Do you know that?
No.
It never got changed. No,
Wow.
granted, nobody abides by it. We're not getting thrown in jail.
Right.
But it's there.
Technically, it's there.
It's there
Wow.
because we're a Commonwealth.
Even with liquor laws, Pennsylvania is one of the
It's very strict.
top, very strict. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No liquor on Sundays. That
Yeah.
just got thrown out, 5 years ago?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
liquor
Yeah.
stores now can
Yeah,
open on
Sunday,
Right.
Yeah.
It's because we're in a
That was
Commonwealth.
that was a big thing.
Yeah.
Huge thing.
Yeah.
We still don't have private liquor stores
Correct.
in Pennsylvania.
Correct.
So things like that, and now that's liquor.
Yeah.
Right.
So imagine something that's
Marijuana?
still a conversation. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It is very difficult to obtain a medical marijuana license, whether you want to be a dispensary, whether you want to have a growing license or a processing license.
But it's so wild because like at the end of the day, it's the bottom line, right? I don't understand why they don't see that. Like what is the bottom line? You're gonna make money.
Money,
The state's
money,
gonna make
right.
money. Everybody's gonna make money. Why don't you want to eat? I don't get it.
Because it's good for white men, generational wealth. I mean, if you open up that door,
They're figuring out a way to really control
there
the
you
market.
go. And just
Okay.
think, African Americans and brown people, Latinos, Hispanics, we have been incarcerated
Right.
for selling
Years.
Yes, for years.
Years.
Yeah.
It has obliterated
now
our
you're
It's
gonna
definitely
country.
just
So now you're going to turn
systematically,
around
yeah.
and tell us we can make money off of it?
Yeah, they're like,
probably not.
but we're
But
gonna make it first.
There you go. But
Yeah.
the stipulations are so hard, you really can't.
Yeah.
It is difficult
Yeah.
to make money and enter the medical marijuana. So I was lucky that community
It won't be
wellness saw
until
something.
probably like 15, 20 years from now where it's like, okay, but by then they already control the market.
The market value will be down so low.
Correct.
Work-life balance. You're a mom of 2, right?
Wow.
I am.
Married. I'm sure you like to do other things outside of She Can Win.
Do you just have an
correct?
IV of Red Bull? Like what? How do you
So,
live?
like, what is Jasmine's life outside of the organization? Or both of your companies, rather.
It's a not exciting life. Just now, like I said, I was in a She Can Win endorsement meeting. I came down here to hang out with you guys for a little bit. My husband's coming right back to pick me up. It's my mother-in-law's birthday. We're gonna go out to eat for my mother-in-law with my 3-year-old and my 5-year-old.
So this is like a nice little break for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is nice. Like, shout out to Jay and Jace. I have 2 daughters.
Oh,
Jay
nice.
is
Okay.
5 and Jace is 3. And my husband's name is Jay and my name is Jazz.
The Jays.
So, I
Gang,
hang out
gang.
with the Jays.
All day.
Your husband is the GOAT.
So do you have your kids kind of already embedded in this life?
For sure. My kids come everywhere with me. So if you
Wow.
we're a package deal.
Yeah.
If you want me to come somewhere and it's like during the day or on the weekend or Sunday.
Bring the pack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my kids are 9 times out of 10 going to be with me.
Okay.
And, they're good kids. They understand. We go to the voting booth. Like, they know they know election is like Christmas almost.
Don't forget your sticker.
They get their sticker. They're very excited. They take their picture. So if anybody ever goes on the She Can Win Instagram, you will see lots of pictures of my kids voting.
It's also great for representation for them to see an environment where, like, for us, I didn't grow up with that. I didn't know what it was. You just knew it was election every 4 years for the president. That was it.
There you go.
So for them to see that, I think that's really dope.
We put it in them early.
Yeah.
Good. So before our next break, quick question, because I'm sure people ask you this all the time. Are you going to be running for any type of office?
That's going to be still a no. But you're right. People ask me that all
You're behind
the time.
the scenes.
Yeah, I'd rather be a queen maker. I do not have to be up front.
She's like the tie of.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You know who he is.
You know he is, but
you don't know what he does. But he's there.
He does do something.
Yeah, you do
Posted
something.
up right next to Hove. Like, you know he's there.
I get it. I'm down with that.
I get that.
I'm cool. All right, so we will be right back. We're going to play a quick, fun game with Jasmine when we get back. Yeah, we play games around here. You lucky we didn't pull out you didn't pull out the liquor. You would have been at the
lit for that birthday.
I should have asked.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. It's your girl Lauren Reed on the Lauren Reed Live Show on Water Ice Radio. We are back, everybody. It's your girl Lauren Reed right here, Water Ice Radio, Lauren Reed Live Show. Jada Gentleman is here.
Yeah, this is a great conversation,
isn't it?
Yeah.
I wish it could go on longer.
Yeah.
We also have the CEO and founder of She Can Win, Miss Jasmine E. Sessoms. Tag,
I thought you had it. I thought
you were almost there.
Almost there.
Bring it home.
Jasmine E.
There you go, Jasmine E.
We know your husband is great.
There you go,
good,
Jasmine
right?
E.
So we are about to play one of our favorite games around here, Black Card Revolt.
Whoa.
Listen, we have taken many black cards. However, I don't think this is going to happen with Jasmine today.
Yeah. I think it'll be okay.
We may stump her, but let's just see what happens. So you get to pick from correct answer wins or majority rules, which is one of my favorite because it always is a good, nice, healthy debate.
Yeah.
But it's on you.
Which
one
I'm going with majority rules.
Majority rules. Okay.
Let's do it.
This is hilarious.
Okay.
What's your opinion on Black Lives Matter?
Whoa.
A, they are the new Black Panthers. B, it's time for them to sit down. C, all life matters. Or D, it's complicated. You get to answer first.
Okay. That's tough.
Good opinion, yeah.
Oh, man, shout out.
Of course, she would pick this one.
Yeah, that's wild.
Crazy.
Shout out to the good works of the Black Lives Matter. What's up, Brittany? It's complicated.
I was going to say the same thing.
It's super complicated.
Okay.
One, they have a lot of chapters. Yeah. So there's that national, but then cities have their own chapters of Black Lives Matter. I got to tell you, sometimes they are knocking on the wrong door. Mm-hmm. They're championing things that don't have really a lot to do with communities of color. Okay. And they're talking to the wrong people. Like sometimes I've seen them down at City Hall with their bullhorns on things that are actually federal things. So you should be shouting somewhere in D.C.
Right.
So I think they miss sometimes the political aspect of the activism. And that happens a lot, though. Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to be a political activist.
Right.
That's
a good point. That's a good point. Mine's off that.
Okay.
It's more of my man who I think that he like co-founded it. I forget his name. But he always wears the blue Patagonia jacket. He needs to not wear that anymore. That's why it's complicated.
Because of the fashion sense.
Yeah.
Because
he wore that on the black carpet. Like he wore a blue
Did he really?
Patagonia vest, and he was taking pictures with like Issa Rae and like all these people, like, and it just looked weird. That's why.
Okay. Yeah.
But I also agree with you, Jasmine. That's why.
So I'm gonna go with you guys and say it is complicated, but I'm also balancing with they're the new Black Panthers type of thing, because I do think we need a voice. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
For sure.
And due to the reason why this came about, based upon all the police brutality and different things of that nature, like our voice needed to be heard in those particular situations. It does become complicated because other people horrible things are done to them too as well, not just all black and brown people. So yes, I get it. I have friends who are police officers, you know what I mean, who don't think that those shootings and those instances should have happened. They believe they're like, yo, that shouldn't have happened.
It's very dismissive. It's very dismissive in the name.
Correct. So,
yeah, I agree.
And I have friends who have people who work in the police force. You know, my best friend's
that
mom,
are people of color.
The people of color. My best friend Tiffany's mom was a detective I'm sorry, was a police officer for many, many years and became a detective and retired. And I mean, her mom was out on the street when she was a baby, and no one wants anything to happen to her. Right. And then she didn't go out to kill people or whatever the case might be. These people still have families and go home. And so it does get very touchy.
When it came out, I didn't know. When I first saw Black Lives Matter, I didn't know what it was. But like, I was trying to think of maybe a better name. But regardless of the name, you're always gonna have something to combat it. That's so right. It really is kind of like, you're not gonna win.
No, you're right.
Because even something like Black Panther, really dope.
Yeah.
But there was something to combat that.
No, you're right.
You know. So.
You want to go next?
Let's do correct answer.
Correct answer wins.
Yeah.
These questions are so crazy that she's on this show.
Yeah,
but you'll know why when I say this.
Okay.
They are homegirls living in a 90s kind of world.
I'm glad
I promise you I did not set this up like this. I promise.
Keep your head up. What? Keep your head up.
All right. Is it Whitney, Jaleesa, Kim, and Freddie? Charlene and Sydney? I don't even know who that is. What show that is? Khadijah, Sinclair, Maxine, and Regine, or T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chili?
We are living.
Hey!
Single.
Ooh.
In the 90s kind of world.
All right. So we know it's Living Single.
The friends before the friends.
The friends before the friends.
Let's not even get into it. We don't got enough time.
They were actually going to call that show Friends.
I heard that.
Yeah.
So the reason why that question is crazy is because you guys did an amazing promotional video for
That Was
She
Dope.
Can Win.
Yeah.
Directed by
Drum roll.
Hector.
Hey.
Super dope.
That was the theme of the video.
Was.
That's so
I remember
crazy.
when he was doing it. It was like, yo, what do you think about it? I was like, that's dope.
It was amazing.
The car is all in the cards.
It's all in the
cards, right? It's all in the cards. So how was that experience doing that?
It was amazing. You know, that was our second video because to fund some of the work that we do, we sell T-shirts.
Okay.
I'm not even wearing a T-shirt now, which I probably should have thought of that through, but
it's all right.
I can't even think that far in advance.
Yeah, you can't even lie here because it's on camera.
There you go. But we sell the T-shirts, and we always do a promo video when we drop a new line. And Hector was so gracious to shoot it and kind of help us with the concept. And I was actually on vacation right over Thanksgiving, and Hector hung in there with me. We were up so late, just editing and taking things
Hollywood
out.
Heck's a trooper, man.
He's a trooper.
It's a dope video. I mean, I think it got shared over 600 and some times.
Whoa.
It was insane. Sales were crazy. We got sold out in 2 weeks.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Great. Love it.
You're not planning this either.
That's
really dope.
That's wild.
That's really dope.
It's
Super wild.
crazy. I said right before, I was like, yo, where's the cards at? You were like, in the thing. I didn't even really shuffle. No, that's just what it was.
Earlier this year, we had people, two women that did tarot card readings and stuff, and it's always in the cards. So
it's always in the card.
It ties together.
I was meant to be here.
Yeah.
You were. We're always on assignment.
You
All
pick
right,
last one.
Last one. I'm going to go with majority rules.
Okay.
All right. What might your mama say before she beats your tail?
Okay.
A, have you lost your damn mind? B, say something smart. Who you raising your voice at? Or so you think you slick, huh?
Mine was probably the second one.
So you think you smart? Say something. Say something smart.
That's my grandma.
Say something.
Yeah, and I was a smart ass when I was a kid. So
give me number 3 again. I felt like that was my mom.
Who you raising your voice at?
Definitely my mom. I talk loud regardless. Yeah, I felt that in my soul, and I talk loud and with my hands. And my mom be like, "Who are you talking? Who are you raising your voice to?" Like, no, that's just a decibel.
I'm just
I just be excited.
I'm just emotional.
So
what was Miss Lorna?
My mom didn't beat me.
Okay.
But my grandmother did.
Right. That was the same. It was my grandma. Yeah.
But my grandmother did, and Valina probably would have said a lot of all of these actually.
all the above.
Combination.
Yeah.
But
I can see it, especially towards you.
yo, definitely.
Who you getting loud at?
You say smart.
You trying to be slick? Yeah.
Jeff, maybe I'm gonna go with this one. So you think you slick, huh?
So all right.
Or say something. Maybe say something smart.
All right. So that one.
Like watch your tone.
Right,
You know how it is.
Yeah.
More older generation, but it's all in there.
Okay.
For sure.
Fair enough.
Nice.
But yes, Black Heart Revoked. We gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
But when we come back, we're gonna wrap this whole thing up. This is really fun having you. We gotta have you back.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you have more ladies in the organization.
Absolutely.
And want to have more of like a round table.
More toward the end of the year when it starts to
they're
get really.
doing the interviews. They're holding it down for me, finishing up our candidate.
Okay.
And when things start to get a little spicy in November, definitely have to
spicy.
get you guys to come back. I'll probably not know anything to talk about in that situation, but that's good.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. It's your girl, Lauren Reed, right here on Water Ice Radio. We will be right back. We are back, everybody. It's your girl, Lauren Reed, right here, Water Ice Radio.
Yep.
we have Jasmine E from She Can
There you
Win
go.
here on the show. See how we just
I love it.
ended on a high note,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we have to get out of here.
Unfortunately, this was a
unfortunately-
great
I know,
conversation.
you guys are great. You
Well,
guys
we
are
just
dope.
said that we're going to have you back.
Yes,
we're
and I'm
gonna have
bringing the
other
ladies.
with
Yes.
you. Try to do like
Assemble.
November.
That'd be
around
nice.
that time. Even though you guys will be busy, we'll get a good day for you guys
Yeah.
to come in, do a round table. But let us know, or let our listeners know where they can follow you or how they can be a part of She Can
Hopefully
Win.
they get inspired.
Yeah.
No, please. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's at She Can Win Now. And you can visit our website, www.shecanwin.net.
And really briefly, I know you got a lot going on, but
Yeah.
what should people be looking out for from you guys?
So,
from you ladies.
In 3 weeks, we'll be rolling out our endorsed candidates, meaning these are the people that we're rubber stamping and we're putting our She Can Win name on, and we'll be putting resources behind them. And eventually, we'll figure out something for the presidential.
Sure.
I got nothing right
Right.
now.
Okay.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Again, Jasmine E from She Can Win.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by. We had a really, really
Dropping
good
some
time.
gems.
Thanks for
I
having
know.
me.
This
Your
is
busy
really good.
schedule.
No.
People sometimes think politics can be dry, but this was amazing.
Nah, people need to know.
Yeah, it's fun time.
It's
They
important.
definitely that's the major thing, is that we're not in the know.
The resources and the
we
knowledge,
need to know.
yeah.
So we thank you for what you are doing. She will be back. I'm
Yep.
not going to not let her miss the opportunity to come back
I
to
wanna
the
sure.
show. For sure. All right, everybody, you already know what it is. Make sure you are following the Lauren Reed Live Show on all social media platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're following Water Ice Radio and also Water Ice, and sign up for our newsletter.
Yes.
Got a lot of good events coming up.
Yes, we
Soul in the
do.
City 3, everybody.
Hey.
It is coming up. We're really, really excited. Get your early bird tickets
Now.
now. Go
Stop
to our
drawing.
link in our bio.
Tax return money. You feel me?
Do I remember our send off? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I do
you
remember.
got it.
All right, everybody, you already know what it is. Not all superheroes wear capes.
Sometimes they wear
headphones.
headphones.
Peace.
Peace.